Hey everybody, welcome back to the Manga Monday show. My name is Ben, and as always, I'm with my co-host
Edgar.
Edgar, how you doing this week? How's everything going?
I think I'm doing good.
Good.
Living it up. It's so hot. I hate it.
It is very
but
hot.
We'll get through it. Yeah.
Cold front coming in next week. It's gonna be in the mid 90s.
Pretty.
Yeah,
So
midnight.
yeah.
It's gonna be chilly. Give me my jacket. Edgar.
Yeah, but if you're chilling in the cold, you're like, what's going on? Like,
yeah.
Texas, don't come here, please. Like, not just because of people, because of the heat. I can't stand it.
Yeah, there's a little bit too. The traffic has been so bad the past couple of days. Do you realize that?
I think I get mad every time I drive now. Like, I'm destined. Like, I'll get mad at one person, and I'll be like,
It's because we had those 3 years where barely anybody was on the road because of COVID, and even we had sometimes during snowstorms nobody would be, and it was just so nice.
Here's the thing:
not have anybody on the
hot
road.
take. If you get pulled over by a cop and it's an actual reason, then you should just get your license taken away, and you should and you have to like do the test over again. Like that way, there'll be people driving much carefully.
That is a hot take.
I'm like the only one driving safe out there. I think it's the most logical reason. But
yeah.
But other than that, we're good. We're back with some anime news and hot topics to talk about.
Sorry if I'm slurring my words today. I got a really bad mouth ulcer, so it's having some issues.
Well, it'll still be better than me because you're the voice actor over here. So
maybe
it'll be better than most people.
Yeah, we'll see. But welcome back. It's another week, so another week of news. Once again, if you want to if you want to hear us talk about what we're reading, what we're watching, skip to the end. Timestamps are down below. So, Edgar, what was I gonna say?
Do you want to start with small stuff, and then, or do you just want to hit?
Stuff.
Do you just want to hit like everything?
Let's start with some of the small stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's been happening this week in the anime sphere, anime world. So let's talk about that. I'm going to be hitting the smaller news. What I wanted to say was be sure to hit subscribe and like. You guys, we have a whole bunch of new people coming into the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe and like all that stuff. Our goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So please help us hit that goal.
If we do that, should we have like an incentive? Maybe like we dress up as cosplay or something. Like
we cosplay on the Manga Monday show.
Yeah,
we can do that. We can do that. 1,000 subscribers, and we'll cosplay on the Manga Monday show.
Maybe something ridiculous. If you get us to a million subscribers within 5
days.
No. Within 2 years, we're gonna. I don't know.
I'd say let's say 10,000 subscribers within 2 years, and I'll do something crazy. We'll figure that out.
We have to. No, you gotta. If you want to do something crazy, you gotta set it to like. We gotta make money out of it. Like by the end of it, we're like, we did this, but now we're making money from YouTube.
But now this is a part of our job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So we gotta do something like maybe like 100,000. That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting.
But that would have to be crazy.
10,000, we'd be making money.
We raid Area 51, but for real this time. Everyone dresses up as Naruto characters. And then we actually.
There you go. I was like, it has to be anime themed. Then you went in with the dress and Naruto. Perfect.
It'd be like that.
Literally perfect. Okay, so let's start with the smaller news. Once again, I'm taking the smaller news. Edgar is taking the bigger news, so I'm just going to streamline these real fast. So there's this new anime called Sandland that's going to be done by Toei Animation, and it's being streamed by Toho.
I mean, people think MAPPA is the ones getting overworked, but you forget that these guys do. I mean, they're not doing Dragon Ball now, but they do One Piece every week.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're doing like another show. I just don't know.
Yeah.
They're doing like a lot of
this
things.
one, I'm sure they're working on new Dragon Ball Super stuff.
Yeah.
Either a movie or a show.
Yeah.
You know.
So rip them. They also get overworked, I would imagine.
Yeah. No, 1 billion%. But this is Sandland anime, and they streamed it's a film that's being streamed, and it's called and they released a video called Akira Toriyama World. So this is
so it's from him.
Yeah, Sandland is one of Akira Toriyama's works. Toho began streaming a new Akira Toriyama World promotional video, Sandland, of his Sandland manga on Monday. The video, which is almost 3 minutes long, outlines the story and characters' relationships in the film and offers the film's theme song, Utopia. So yeah, this is interesting. I actually don't know a lot about Sandland. Here we have, in the far future, war has destroyed the entire Earth, leaving only barren wastelands where the supply of water is controlled by a greedy king. So
Mad Max, basically.
very interesting. Yeah, it is like Akira Toriyama's
And
Mad Max.
this takes place after Goku like wrecks the Earth like the billionth time, and like this is just a sequel to Dragon Ball. We just don't know it. Like,
after you know how in Broly they start like fighting in the ice caps, and then they
melted the ice caps.
They melted the ice caps, and this is how it happened.
Global warming. It's Goku's fault.
Yeah. Nah, they got the Dragon Balls. They'll fix that.
Yeah. Too bad that doesn't exist here.
Yeah, exactly. So Blue Lock has released a trailer for episode Nagi, which is going to be releasing in spring of 2024.
Don't they also have a movie coming up? Like, didn't they announce a movie? Or am I crazy?
This is what this is.
This is what that is?
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is the episode of Nagi. There's going to be a movie, which I'm sure is going to be about a big game. Or
I
something
feel like
that.
I'm just not in the loop of Blue Lock, which is so weird because I was like one of the few.
He was the one who was really advocating.
Yeah,
for
I
it.
just haven't. I didn't mean to drop it. I just haven't like touched it in a while. Yeah. So I'm like surprised. Like I'm like I don't think it made that much of an impact. And then people really
like it, man.
So I was like, whoa,
really like it.
This took off, and I'm like way behind.
Yeah,
like,
dude, I was like, oh, I'm gonna join it when the anime comes out. I watched the first episode, and I there was just so much going on at the time. Like it was MHA season 6, there was Vinland Saga, there was Attack on Titan, there was Jujutsu Kaisen, there's Chainsaw Man. You know, so it's just like, I'll get to it eventually. But I think what's also putting me off from it is how long the chapters are. And there's like 184 of the chapters.
I mean, I think the manga is definitely better than but maybe the anime just might work in that case.
Yeah.
Just like one episode and like, all right, I'm done next episode.
In terms of pacing, you know. Yeah. And I'm sure I'll like it, and I'm sure I'll get into the manga. I have all the mangas, but it's just like, you know, getting into a new series is hard. You know. So yeah. We'll see, but that's interesting. Do you know this character, Edgar?
Yeah, he's like in the manga. He's one of the, and I'm not that far ahead of the manga. I wouldn't be surprised if the anime caught up to where I was. But he's one of the other players of one of the teams that the main characters have to face. Team Z have to play against, and he's like an absolute. Basically, he's kind of like what's his name from Haikyuu, Kenma.
Kenma from the other team.
Kind of like that in a sense.
Nekama.
But then again, I just met the characters, so they might be completely different. But they're like naturally talented, and they both are kind of indifferent to the sport. At least in the beginning, Nagi's like this. He's very indifferent to the sport. He's like, soccer is like nothing. Y'all have to try so hard, and I'm so good. It's like really boring.
Oh, that's interesting.
But eventually, and this isn't really a spoiler, but eventually, like as he plays against Team Z, and as the story moves on, he's like he gets reignited and he gets into it, and then he's like, and he's a problem. He's really good. It's like ridiculous. He's a really cool character.
It's when people like that. I've had people like that who is just like they come in to the soccer team and you're like, man, if you tried, you know, you would be the best player on this team. But some of them they just don't try. You know. Yeah, that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah, bro.
There's going to be a new anime, and it's called Dungeon People Manga about managing a fantasy dungeon.
Dungeons and soccer balls.
Anime. Yeah, exactly.
Dungeons and Dragons collab.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm guessing this is about people who work like a dungeon in an RPG, and it's like, you know, a one-time thing for like a player. Yeah. But they're supposed to be managing it. So Clay was trained by her father to be an expert member of the Thieves Guild. Since her father disappeared 3 years ago, she's been using her skills to search for him in a dungeon filled with goblins, a minotaur, and all manner of other dangerous creatures. When Clay reaches deeper than anyone has ever before, she meets the caretaker of the dungeon. To her surprise, Clay is invited to join the staff. And thus begins Clay's new job, to learn the inner workings and behind-the-scenes secrets of the dungeon from the inside.
Goblins does not sound fun in dungeons, so I hope that doesn't end up how it usually ends up.
Yeah.
Like that other show that we watched.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's not talk about that one.
That's not.
But yeah, so this one just seems very silly and very fun. So it's just probably going to be a slice of life anime about, you know, goblins running a dungeon. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know? Haikyuu's first film in the two-parter, Haikyuu Final Project, reveals title and logo.
Yeah.
The first film in the tale is the fated showdown between Kurasano and Nekomata High. Or I also saw something else.
Yeah, isn't there another title? It's called Battle of the Garbage Dump or something?
Haikyuu the movie, Decisive Battle at the Garbage Dump.
Out of context, that sounds like That sounds like the
Oh,
worst
yeah.
name in the world. Like battle the garbage dump. What
Yeah,
the?
what is this?
But it makes sense within the context.
But in
of,
the show, it's
yeah.
hi baby,
Yeah.
let's
garbage.
go.
Let's go.
Garbage dump, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, you excited for this, Edgar?
I don't know. It kind of I feel the season 4 put me off, and even I don't know. It was just kind of
You
it wasn't
liked
bad.
part 1 of season 4.
Yeah.
It was
I
part
really
2 of
liked it.
season 4 where
Just
it
the
was
fights.
just a
I
little
wasn't.
bit, yeah.
It's just not the fights.
The fights.
The matches. The match wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't good for me. I didn't like it. It was okay. I liked Tanaka's thing there. He had his moment, which is really cool.
The climbing steps stuff.
But
yeah.
I don't know. It kind of lost me. But I will watch the movie, and if it's as good as I hear it is, then I'll probably just jump back on board, because Haikyuu is really really good, and when I was in it, I was having a fun time. It is hilarious. It gets you super invested in the characters and seeing them play. It's volleyball, which is normally like on first glance doesn't seem interesting, and I got super into it. It's just that good of a show and manga.
I wasn't a big fan of their animation change.
They
I
switched
understand.
studios.
I understand why they did. They didn't switch
right.
studios.
No, yeah, I was
it's
correcting
it's the
myself.
same studio.
They
They did have a couple episodes outsourced. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
When
the quality wasn't as good as
when
the other.
Daichi like broke his neck or something because there was a save and they like completely contorted his body.
Yeah.
Which is against the like nature of Haikyuu to have those weird discontorted body movements, because Haikyuu's manga and anime is based off of just really good anatomical art and flow. And so I didn't like that. And also I think that the games in the first 3 seasons felt so 3D, even though most of it was 2D animation. But in season 4, the matches felt very 2D, and it's because of their art style change. You know,
it was a mixture of a lot of things that put me off it. The animation, for some reason, the pacing, and I feel like where Hinata was I don't know. I feel like he wasn't really. He earned himself. I kind of forgot. He wasn't included in the training camps that they went to, right, or something like that.
No, he went. I mean, it was supposed to be like this underdog story.
Yeah,
because
he said.
And it makes sense because it's like Hinata literally just went there and watched people play.
Yeah.
And then he practiced by himself. His whole arc is basically him becoming, a libero. A good libero.
He's like, I'm a good striker. Now I gotta get better at being a volleyball player.
Yeah, literally, exactly.
The basics,
the basics and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it because it's a spoiler of what Hinata eventually becomes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's important in the overall part, and I mean, some of my favorite parts is from that part, right? Like when Hinata receives the ball, when he Tanaka's moment is great, but it was the parts in between, and I didn't really
felt very fillery. I don't know why.
Yeah, the twins weren't also something that I was interested in either.
They had the band that was intimidating. Ooh,
exactly. Literally. But I mean, that was cool when he would go like, and then it would stop. That was awesome.
If I was a ref, I'm like, shut up, y'all are like too distracting.
Yeah, exactly. And they were booing. I think were they the ones that were booing?
Obviously, some games like soccer, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't know. I feel like when you're that close and you have drums and stuff, like not like.
But this one I feel like might be a little bit different. I'm interested. The poster that they had released for this, it looked more like their old animation style.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they stick with it. I understand why they changed it, because Furudate's art changed as a series went onward, and as it is now, it's more like the style that they had.
Yeah.
But I think that they should have stuck with it and adapted it still in the way. It's similar to an Attack on Titan.
I mean, you can update the look. It's just you can make it fluid. You know what I mean?
Still make it 3D.
But it is a movie, so we should still expect a hopefully a higher
God
budget
tier animation.
Yeah, we should hope that.
That's something we also missed in this part 2 was those moments where they would go for spikes and then it would turn into like ink drawn animations. I feel like we didn't get enough of that in that season. But yeah. Sorry, that was supposed to be a short news.
No,
that
it's
we
okay. Yeah.
Eventually, that we talked about quite a bunch. But
Yeah.
so the decisive battle of the garbage dump, and this is what the logo looks like.
Nice. Yeah, part 1 of the 2-parter.
Yeah.
They didn't announce the title for the next one, did they?
No.
Alright,
It's
so we
just
have
this
the
one.
information on the one.
Yeah, just this information on the one. So that's going to be very, very exciting. Takehiko Inoue recently had a discussion or sit down where he talked about the first Slam Dunk film and a potential sequel. The author Takehiko Inoue attended the courtside in theater final talk event on August 15th. He spoke a bit about his time working on the film because he directed it.
Yeah.
Weird, right? A mangaka directing their own film.
Well, I mean, we saw
very
that.
Interesting.
No, actually, no, we haven't. I mean, we see. I mean, most directors collab with their works, but they don't direct it. Yeah, you're right. I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen that.
Inoue said, before the film's release, I just wanted to finish it. I just wanted to do everything I could to make the film even a little bit better. The staff was also full of people doing their best, Inoue said. Even though the movie was completed, a film has no value unless the audience sees it. A film is truly complete when the audience sees it. When it has been conveyed to each and every one of them, the same is true for manga. And so I hope that happened. Interesting. He sounds like a movie director. He sounds very comfortable in the role. It's just so fascinating that a mangaka just went straight into like directing this film, you know.
I think I read up that we assumed that this was just either in the middle or it was at the beginning of the story in Slam Dunk.
Yeah.
But it's the beginning. No, it's
right.
the end.
Oh,
Sorry,
it's the end.
Sorry, yeah.
Was the end not adapted before?
Well, not the end, but I have no idea. I just know it's not the beginning. It's not. It's
Okay.
Not I know the title is their first Slam Dunk or something like that. The first something.
Yeah.
But I assumed and misread that, assuming that it was like the beginning. No, but it continues. Sorry, it continues off from where the anime left off, I believe.
I see.
It had an anime, right?
Yeah, no, it did. No, it did have an anime.
It did have an anime, and it continued off with that.
It just did not, like, the release in America was botched.
Yeah.
It was done by Toei, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was botched. I don't know what Toei were doing, but I never even knew Slam Dunk existed, and I would have loved that.
Yeah.
But yeah. My Dress Up Darling manga switches to monthly chapters for the current arc. The manga will have more pages per chapter, and the next chapter is going to be available September 15th.
Good.
So,
Are they taking more breaks for mangakas so they don't have health issues and whatnot?
yeah,
That's
exactly. So good on Square Enix Manga and Books, who publishes it, allowing the mangaka to, just take a little bit more of a sit back, a little bit more of a relaxing, month instead of having to do it every week. It's 10 May Mandates of Heaven arc, due to the manga's drawing more pages per chapter for the arc. So he's drawing more pages. The publisher was just like, why don't you just move to monthly? And he was like, hot diggity dog, don't mind if I do.
Can you offer other Shonen Jump? They're not. I mean, he's not Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
They're not,
or she?
I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if it was she.
Shinichi Fukuda. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Either way, they are
Yeah.
very lucky, and I wish Shonen Jump, mainstream Shonen Jump authors had the same deal. It doesn't have to be monthly. Just like, don't rush them, or they're too constrained. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just give them. I wish more Shonen Jump stuff went monthly.
It's a shame they don't have a union, but that'd be like throwing
Yeah.
off the.
Japan doesn't have unions, brother.
I know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Okay, so this one was interesting. Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead anime 6 episode delayed on some streaming services. So we've been hearing about this a little bit. That
They've
Zom
been like
100,
going on and off with their. I've only seen 3 episodes, but I've heard for those who are watching weekly when it was coming out weekly, is that it just kept going on and off. It's like, oh, okay, we're back. Oh, we got to put it off 2 weeks. Oh, we got to delay this episode and whatnot, which is weird. I think I don't know what exactly it is, if it's a matter of the show's completion or something's happening in Japan.
It says production circumstances, which is so vague.
Maybe they're still working on the very last episodes and someone's sick or something like that.
Well, it says the services affected include Netflix, Hulu, and Crunchyroll. The anime's 6th episode will still air during its regular schedule in Japan. It's just us who is getting it late.
So maybe it's a matter of distribution. Something's going funky on with that.
I think you're probably onto something there. I just think because it is on Netflix, Hulu, and Crunchyroll, maybe it's having a little bit of issues distributing to all of them. Yeah. We have seen things like Finland Saga go straight to Crunchyroll and Netflix, but Hulu might be the thing that's adding a little bit more complication to it. Yeah. But yeah, because it's hardly ever you see shows on all three. Three different streaming sites.
It's really weird to see. And who had the dubbing rights? I don't even think we have
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's crunchy.
Complicated times, so you got to figure out okay, they have rights, but they have the dub, but they get to distribute it.
But I think Crunchyroll recorded it a couple months back. Because normally I work with Crunchyroll, and normally it's when you do, you go in weekly and you do the new episode. Yeah. But it seems like all the episodes were already done, and they got sent the dub early.
Okay.
Zeno Robinson plays the lead character, and from what I've heard, it sounds very good. So yeah.
The show's good, so go check it out.
Good.
Again, if you
check out our reaction to the opening.
Yeah, that too. That came
released last Friday. So yeah, or 2 Fridays ago.
Yeah.
All right, Edgar, what's our big news?
I got some things. Studio Ghibli's latest film that's going to come out that has already released in Japan, The Boy and the Heron, or How Do You Live? Miyazaki's new film and latest. I think it's his last one too. I could be wrong.
Well, but that's what he said about his last 7 films.
Yeah. But this one feels like it. But either way, sure. Miyazaki's directing, and he's it's him. Studio Ghibli has put out other films not under Miyazaki's direction, or they put out other films. They recently put out, to my memory, the Earwig and the Witch or something like that. The 3D one.
That was the one that bombed really bad, right?
Yeah, that was the 3D one, the 3D animation one. Yeah. Not good. That one was good. That was not under Miyazaki, even though it was Studio Ghibli. It's not the same thing, but Miyazaki is behind this. And it's set to release in the Toronto International Film Festival September 7th, and we are to get a public release in December-ish, speculations. There's no confirmation yet.
Okay.
When that will be coming out.
Excited to watch it. Excited to review it on the channel.
Yeah, we'll watch it. We'll check it out and review it for you guys.
First new Ghibli film for us when we're recording.
I have not seen one in theaters. I mean, we saw it in theaters, but we never saw a new one in theaters. Yeah. We saw Howl's Moving Castle in theaters. They do it every year. They re-show Ghibli films.
We might need to do something similar to what we did for Superhero. Right, where we watch some of the movies and then review it on here. That wouldn't be bad.
We still haven't done, even though we've already watched Your Name, but you haven't seen Weathering with You. We forgot to do that from the previous Makoto Shinkai film.
Yeah, that's right. So
we should probably watch and review it. You don't have to react to it.
There will be a new Makoto Shinkai film eventually.
Some other time, yeah.
But I think that would be a good idea for a video. I watched all. We watched every Studio Ghibli film in 2 days or something like that.
Miyazaki. Let's just stick with Miyazaki because there's even that's a lot. So there's still some good ones that are not under Miyazaki, but still that's a lot.
Yeah, and then the thumbnail will be you and me like this with bags under our eyes.
So it'll be like Miyazaki in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
This world is it's gone. Oh yeah, it's in ruin.
Have you seen that thing that's the author who does all the horror stuff? What's his face? We reviewed one of his mangas on here.
You have it in here?
Yeah, I do.
What's his name? He's famous. It's the horror manga.
Junji Ito.
Junji Ito.
Yeah, thank you. Black Paradox that I bought.
Yeah.
Junji Ito. He's happy all the time and stuff, and it's Miyazaki is always life is pain.
I want to die. The world, animation is dead. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't he? God, this is Office level of cringe, and I mean not cringe as in modern sense. I mean in a literal sense, it's an awkward. It's when they showed him it's not that new, but it's when they were showing Miyazaki what AI can do, And he's like, "Why would you do this?"
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "Well, we just wanted to see what you can do with it. Isn't it cool?" I was like,
no.
What's wrong with you?" No. And he's like,
Yeah.
and like the guy,
Yeah.
and like the guys who are showing him, like they want to kill themselves. Like, bro, like they.
It's like, yeah, I agree with them though.
Yeah,
right?
but it
You
was
know?
so awkward watching that video. I was like, ugh. It's like it's almost up there with him watching his son's work.
Yeah.
And like he just walks out and he's like, "That's not good." And he's like smoking outside. Woo! That
Did
man.
he really do that?
Yeah, dude. His son is like, I mean, he's like so horribly treated. It's like an awful relationship. But he's like also an animator, and he works with Ghibli. And he made a film, and he showed it to his father, and he's like, and he walks out of it, and he's like, "That was the worst thing ever."
Oh
he's
my
like,
god.
I mean, it wasn't that verbatim, but it was like basically what he said. Like he's like, "That was awful."
Miyazaki. Holy moly.
Yeah, he's not a good guy, but I mean, he's not an awful guy, but he's he's a complicated man.
Hey, so some of the worst people make the best art, you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But yeah, hey, maybe he just wants the best for us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but that's that. Can't wait to see that. The Boy and the Heron. I feel like every time Miyazaki makes something, there's a chance for him to touch the Oscars. Big competition though with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Along with others, but Ghibli films always have that like recognition to get in the awards season.
Yeah,
Looks really
Across the Spider-Verse was great. I don't quite know if it's tailored enough to the Oscars to win it.
Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna. I don't know if it wins.
I think it'll still win. I think this one has less of a chance of winning than the last one. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah. Because I mean it's
the last one won as well, right?
Yeah. Because it was a matter of like a surprise, an instant surprise, like because no one thought it would be as good as it would be.
Yeah, exactly.
But nonetheless, we'll see what happens. So Boruto. They were on not in a hiatus, but the series technically was on a break, and they had a recent time skip with their manga. We haven't had a chapter since, I mean, not we, because we don't read it, but, you know, Boruto fans haven't had a chapter since April. This new chapter, Chapter 81, or Chapter 1 of 2 Blue Vortex, which is technically under its own serialization. It's its own title, so I guess you can have this as a sequel series, but it's Boruto, so have that as you will.
Yeah.
It's a 4-year time skip, and we have new character designs, and Boruto fans are loving it, claiming it as a second coming of Christ, or what have you. I don't know, man.
I agree. I've seen all week Boruto and One Piece fans. Boruto's time skip got more tweets on it than Gear 5 did at its peak.
No. I saw one, like, it has more tweets than the One Piece time skip.
Oh,
I'm like, because did Twitter even exist back then? Like, I saw that.
No way somebody said that.
It was like, wow, everyone talked about it. Where was everyone talking about One Piece time skip? I'm like, I don't think the internet existed. Obviously it did, but like
I did, but it wasn't like.
But it's not even. That's not even Boruto and One Piece. Even like,
oh man,
you see comparisons like that. Oh, where was people talking about Dragon Ball Z? I'm like, dog, no one was on the internet talking about that.
It was like, oh, dude, it's just those random tweets that pop up in your feed because when you like anime stuff, it'll just pop up randomly, and it's like
it's just younger generations who don't have concept of time. That doesn't like.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen the tweet format of a random anime picture or Boruto with like the little like more than sign.
It's not even,
and then it's like One Piece or something like that.
Dude.
It's like Boruto more than Super Saiyan Goku, Boruto time skip more than, and I'm like, oh, dude.
It's not just. I mean, this doesn't apply to all Naruto fans, but it's not just Boruto because I saw a Naruto post that said, One Piece animation right now, and it shows like Kaido and like it's like kind of 3D-ish, and it's not like at their best, but it looks okay. And then it shows like Naruto, but not even in the OG Naruto, but not the OG Naruto animation. It was like, you know, the anniversary special where they reanimated it. It's like One Piece now, Naruto like 15 years ago. I'm like, that's new animation. What are you doing? Like, why are you comparing apples to oranges?
It's stupid. Joining Twitter has actually made me realize I dislike the Naruto fandom. I really don't like him, Edgar.
I really don't like TikTok movie commentators because anything that they watch, if they liked it when they were a kid, it's good.
Yeah,
That's not true.
yeah.
Even just anything nowadays, if people like something, they feel like it has to be good because they like it. They can't have any nuance and like any contemplation with like, maybe my enjoyment is separate from how good of the quality of what
Yeah.
the thing I'm watching is. Like,
That's the prequels for me. You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Like,
they're not the same thing.
Like I
Yeah.
still think that they're great.
You can
in
still
terms of,
enjoy
like,
them.
Yeah, I really enjoy them, and I think that they're still very good cinematography wise. But you have to point out and be like, you know, like I love My Hero, but you still have to
Yeah.
point out the stuff that's like.
Goes back to if you enjoy Boruto, good for you. But I feel like when people put it in the conversation, I mean, comparing things is stupid in general. Even when you're talking about good things like One Piece versus Vagabond, or Berserk versus Vagabond, or whatever, Peak Show versus Peak Show, what have you, it's all dumb in the end and very
So stupid.
and very
So stupid.
it's all what have you. But when you put Boruto, like, I don't know, when you take Boruto seriously like that and saying it's the best thing on Shonen Jump, I don't know.
You want to know the reason why I know it's not the best thing on Shonen Jump? Every magazine cover, where is Boruto? He's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, like or I see like the big three then, the big three now. By the way, that argument's dumb in general. There's no new.
What's the big three now?
It was Black Clover, Boruto, and My Hero Academia.
Oh no, you're wrong on two of those. If anything, it's Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu, and My Hero.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are always at the cover of. Well, no, it's actually My Hero.
Chainsaw Man is on Shonen Jump. It's on Shonen Jump Plus.
Shonen Jump Plus. So the big three now is probably One Piece, My Hero, and Jujutsu,
Yeah.
and that's probably just what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, no hate to. We're not really dissing anyone. I just find the entire thing ridiculous.
Yeah, it's Twitter arguments,
Yeah.
man. You know, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And comparing stuff, like you said, is just stupid to begin with.
Yeah.
So
It's a.
Yeah.
Can we like grow up? You know,
Yeah.
maybe.
Speaking, let's just jump onto it since we were talking about Shonen Jump. What's the big one that we have this week?
Black Clover is leaving the Shonen Jump magazine. It is no longer going to be serialized on the Shonen Jump magazine. This can mean a lot of things. Recently, according to news sources, Tabata's wife has recently left the hospital. He was having health issues and had to take various amounts of breaks, and now the recent break, the big one that we had, was because of his wife's health, and it is leaving. It hasn't been confirmed why Black Clover is leaving the Shonen Jump magazine, but there's a lot of speculation. Nothing has been officially confirmed other than it is leaving Shonen Jump. Worst case scenario, due to all these complications that are happening that we've been getting recently, the hiatuses, the delays, and whatnot, worst case scenario, it might just cancel or it'll abruptly end with a few chapters.
It's not.
But it's not.
It's
Good.
not. We
got a new update.
We do have.
Yeah.
This
I
is
just-
breaking news.
Breaking
ladies and
news.
gentlemen. No,
I've been
did-
going off an
yeah.
article like a week ago, so
Yeah, I dropped Black Clover. I eventually will jump back onto it, but I just read the last chapter because I was like, I'm interested in this story, and it hasn't really spoiled me because I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know,
How do we get?
where am I? But this was in the last chapter. Decision to transfer serialization to Jump Giga, or Giga.
Giga Chad.
Giga Chad, exactly.
The Giga version of Jump.
Did not know what Jump Giga or Giga
I've heard of
is.
it. I just don't know what other mangas are under it.
Yeah, but this is from the Weekly Shonen Jump editorial department. They say, "Dear reader, thank you as always for reading Black Clover. Weekly Shonen Jump serialization of Black Clover will end this week, and the serialization will be transferred to Jump Giga. The serialization will resume in the upcoming December 2023 winter issue of Jump Giga. Details will be announced in the future issues of Weekly Shonen Jump. Thank you for your continued support, Weekly Shonen Jump editorial department." Message from Yuki Tabata, transferring to Jump Giga. The serialization of Black Clover has been going on for a long time, and so the increasing demands of the schedule for a weekly serialization have been clashing more and more with my own situation as a manga author. So after discussing this with the editorial department for a while, we have decided to transfer the serialization to Giga or Giga at this time. It's a sudden move, so it might surprise readers. I would also like to apologize for not being able to finish the serialization in Weekly Shonen Jump. You don't have to apologize, Tabata. It's fine. We get it. However, at this new serialization, I believe I can proceed with the climax of Black Clover in the most optimal condition, which also aligns with my personal situation as a writer. There are still quite a few stories I'd like to draw that I also must draw, so please look forward to them. I'll do my best to bring Black Clover to a successful conclusion. While this may need a bit of your patience, I will definitely power up in the upcoming winter issue of Giga. So I would be grateful if you could keep an eye on Asta and everyone else's future. Thank you very much for your continued support.
Take your time, King. Anyway,
December.
So it was, it was a little bit of, well, not a little bit of one end, but it was definitely the good version of what we assumed. It was moving to another publisher, another magazine, so it can be distributed elsewhere. It's still continuing, but there was a hint that, like, because of what's going on, he's going to have to end it a bit sooner than planned, from what we just heard just now. But either way, it is not going to be canceled and not going to abruptly end. He's still going to continue it. And hopefully under Giga Jump or Giga Jump, they will give him a much better pace to work with, and he won't be under such strict deadlines, which is good. So we're all hoping for the best and that the series ends the way he intends to.
Yeah.
Because it's a hard thing to do, to stick the landing in general. Can you imagine doing it under such stressful times and being sick constantly, which is not good.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately a lot of mangakas are nowadays. But that's the good version of what I was hoping for, thankfully.
Yeah, it is very good. It's good to hear that these mangakas are really starting to take their health seriously, and even leaving Weekly Shonen Jump serialization because that's the case.
I'm glad he wants to do more stories after this. That he wants to do other mangas, which is great.
I was never the biggest fan of Black Clover, but I wonder how old he is. Because if he started Black Clover at a young age, the stuff that he's learned, I'm sure can make a manga series that can really knock us off our feet.
Yeah,
Not
saying that Black Clover is bad.
No, no, it's definitely not. It's just
a good series.
I just don't think it's not something that has quite caught my idea.
Yeah, I think it's good. If anything I respect the most from Tabata is the artwork.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is surprisingly amazing, detailed. It is really great.
Yeah, it's really good. You can really tell that he's taken ideas from Mira, Kento Mira. But yeah, I think that another thing maybe he is in the back of his mind, and somebody brought this up, that Asta is never on the front of the Shonen Jump covers. Right? Like we said, it's always One Piece, it's always My Hero, it's always Jujutsu, but it always feels like that Asta is in the back.
You always see him there, definitely more front than Boruto.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
I don't even see Boruto sometimes. I don't even know, I don't even see him on there.
We're talking about the covers of the Shonen Jump. They always have all the characters.
He might be on there now.
But Black Clover is a great series. I haven't picked it up in a while. I might just switch to the manga because the anime is just kind of intimidating. Not really. It's been on pause for ever, but it's a great series that I don't want to drop. So yeah, we'll be reading that. The last big news that I have is Scott Pilgrim, the anime, or otherwise known as Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, is getting an anime adaptation. For those of you who forgot about that, we meant to talk about it on not our last Manga Monday show. We tried to record a Manga Monday show a month or two ago, and then that just it was bad. The audio didn't work or something like that.
Yeah.
So we just kind of forgot about it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was. We did it on OBS. Yeah.
But now we have a trailer. Back then we didn't have a trailer. All we had was a release date. Check out the trailer if you haven't. It looks amazing. It is adapting the original comics. I mean, so did the film, but it had to cut out a lot of stuff from the original comics.
Yeah.
This one looks like it'll be following it straight through and adding more stuff. Now that Brian O'Malley, I think that's how you say it. His first name's Brian. I know there's a O'Malley or something in there. He is writing the series, and Edgar Wright, the director of the film, is the executive producer overseeing this, along with other people.
Awesome.
And it is being animated by Japanese animation studios Science Saru. They are responsible for working on Ping Pong, collaborating with Space Dandy, Devilman Crybaby, Keep Your Hands Off Aizukin. Big
resume.
Big yeah, no, right?
Put that on a resume and send it in.
Yeah,
man.
right?
Holy moly.
That is it's really
You
hot.
sold me at ping pong.
Yeah, right?
like God, that is such a good. You need to watch Ping Pong, bro.
Yeah?
You would love it. It's short, only 11 episodes, but it blows it out of the water. That is arguably the best sports anime and manga. Arguably. Now for it being as short as it is, like I think it loses some points because of that, but it's such a good self-discovery anime. And the animation, you read the manga, you're like, no way in ever this is getting animated. And if it does get animated, they won't do it justice. Justice. Served 1 billion%. You're watching the manga. Yeah. Like, it's brilliant.
Dude, this has me... I'm probably going to watch it just so I can kind of build myself accustomed to, like, the style. But... I saw the trailer, and it was like, now that I have that in mind, I'm like, bro, it's going to be, like, even better than I imagined. Because the trailer animation looks like the comic itself, which is cool, but it'll have that sprinkle of anime magic in there.
Yeah, man.
It looks amazing, and the music is going to have the returning artist who did the video game. I played the video game. That was super fun. And the original cast, everyone's coming back. It's going to be great. It's set to release on Netflix at November 17th, 2023. So, yeah, Netflix has some good stuff lined up anime-related wise. We're going to have the One Piece live action coming out at the end of this month or whenever by the time. I don't know when this video comes out. Monday?
This coming Monday.
So,
actually, Manga Monday shows are going to be releasing on Sundays now, by the way.
Sundays? All right, so let's have to change the name entirely.
No. Not, as of right now, we'll keep the name. But it's just going to be releasing a day early just because Mondays...
Day early if you pay extra.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Mondays are a really bad time to post on YouTube if you haven't realized. But
I don't mind changing the name of the show. I mean, we could just be the Manga Sunday Show. Wait, Sunday Show? That's like a
the
word.
Manga Sunday Show? That works.
Either way. Or we can just do it
or we can
Manga Show or something.
Yeah, or the Weekly Shonen Catch-Up or something like that.
Weekly Shonen Jump?
Weekly Shonen.
Okay. We won't get sued, right?
No, they won't come after us.
Yeah.
Let's keep the name for right now because I like when you search up Manga Monday, we're the first ones that show up because of our podcast. So I like that. When we get more of a base, that's when we can start changing names.
Manga Monday, Shonen Junk. Who cares? Like, we can take whatever name we want.
Oh, yeah.
But big releases coming out on Netflix. This anime is going to be huge. I will be there day one. Read the manga if you hadn't. I'm just kidding. Read the comic. Like, if you want to read the original material, the comics are amazing. Watch the movie to get a refresher of what we got. Because I think that's like a 10 out of 10 movie. I think that's a great movie. That's a great series. Go check it out. Play the video game. It's going to be great. Looking forward to a bunch of other stuff. I'm really excited to see how they're going to handle the One Piece live action adaptation. If you want to hear a bit more of our thoughts on that, check out the previous Manga Monday Show episode that we put out already. That's pretty much it. Do you want to just do a little catch-up, I guess?
Yeah, let's do a little catch-up. What have you been reading? What have you been watching?
I haven't read a lot of manga. I've just... Chainsaw Man's like the only thing I've been keeping up at. You can't really tell where that series is going right now.
I really like the last chapter.
I like it. I love it. But it's like...
it was really good, like somebody said it reminded them if Jesus Christ came back and went to like a mega church or something.
Yeah, right?
And he's like, what is this?
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, what is going... I saw a meme like... mega church pastors. It's all about Jesus, and then it shows like a guy levitating off the ground, and a band's like playing in the background. Like, Denji did not have a good reaction to that.
No, I think it's building a little bit more now because now he's gaining enemies from everybody. He like the devil hunters are now his enemies. The Church of Chainsaw Man is now his enemy. So you're building up something that he's actually gonna have to protect his child. But I mean, basically, he's gonna have to start. What I'm thinking it's going is he's gonna have to protect her, and the only way to do that is to become Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
And then the devil hunters are going to come after him, so he's going to have all these people coming after him.
I feel like as a normal series would progress, it'd be like a slanted slope, but I feel like Chainsaw Man is it's like a
sometimes it plateaus and sometimes
it's like zigzagging like we're here now, we're here, like where are we going, like, so I trust Fujimoto and what he's doing. So but you see those comments and complaints of people like it's going nowhere, what the heck's going on, this ain't the same series, you know what I mean?
You're right. I mean, they have validity, but let's see where this ends. I'm intrigued. Let's get a little bit more into it, and let's see if it all combines into a
big picture.
Exactly.
Other than that, I haven't been watching a lot of anime. I have been watching. I picked up Zom 100, but I haven't, continued watching it. Mushoku Tensei is like the only thing other than Jujutsu Kaisen. We didn't talk about that. Jujutsu Kaisen. I can't wait for Jujutsu Kaisen's new arc to come out.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about that in the news, but it's fine.
I can't wait. We got the new trailer.
We got the new trailer. I want to react to it next time we record videos so that we can dissect it a little bit.
I saw it. It was
great.
It was great. It was fantastic.
Great.
I'm really excited. I have really high expectations with that. I can't wait to start watching that, and I can't wait to just get into jujutsu again because I haven't picked up the manga in a while, and I keep getting I'm not getting weird. Unlike other manga series, I get spoilers, but with this one, I get joke spoilers. I haven't been spoiled anything on what's happening, but I get a lot of jokes and videos that are referencing what's going on. So I only have a smidge of an idea. I saw a video.
There was a big joke in this last chapter.
I saw a video like it showed like I think it was like everyone hates Chris. What was that?
Everybody hates Chris.
Everybody hates Chris. He's like, no, and it's like Yuta. No, get me out of here! And he's like trying to leave, and they're like dragging him somewhere. And I don't know what's going on there, but I was like, what? But either way, I want to know what's going on in the manga, so I'll be picking up on that soon.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of movies recently. That's like the only thing that I've been doing recently.
Sure.
I saw Oppenheimer like 3 times. I saw it, I think 4 times now. I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was great.
That was good. That was good.
That was great.
Heard. Yeah.
I saw Mission Impossible when that came out. That was great.
That sounds like fun.
I saw something else. I can't remember. I watched a lot of movies to sum up, but I haven't watched a lot of anime, which I should. It's a lot harder now. I'm out of my honeymoon phase with anime, but I still really enjoy it and read a lot of stuff, just not as much as I used to. But I like talking about it, and I like talking about it with you whenever talk about My Hero or Chainsaw Man or whatever happens.
We're at an age now where it's like if we consumed as much anime content as we did 3-4 years ago, we'd burn out easily, right? Yeah. Like you said, we're out of the honeymoon phase, but it's still stories that are like when I start a new manga, it is an event for me, right? So when I eventually start Hunter x Hunter,
it's my personality.
Yeah, exactly.
I annoy everyone for 2 months,
because like reading a manga, specifically a long series, is like an event, a time period for me. So like One Piece, is like 2020, 2021 for me. Like it's that time period. It's like, it was so great reading all that stuff. Yeah. But it's like Hunter x Hunter. Or Naruto.
That was Haikyuu for me. For some reason, I have Haikyuu vibes in 2020. God, oh man, I feel like 2020 has like.
Did I watch Haikyuu before you? Maybe I did.
No, I watched it before you.
Oh, you did. I watched it in 2021. Yeah, that's right.
But I feel like 2021, everyone thinks pandemic. Obviously, pandemic. We were all at home, but for me, that was like anime. I watched like 50 plus shows that year. I watched more than half of the shows that I watched. Almost all the anime that I watched in total. In that year alone.
Yeah. Now,
which is insane.
If this eventually becomes our job, we'll become a little bit more dutiful to
If you guys
watch
pay
some
us
of this
to watch
stuff.
anime, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
Obviously.
I mean, come on. Yeah.
I'll be much more. But
Yeah, I want videos of of us doing our own specific things. Like I want to do a video where you the video title would be I watched 50 isekais and here's what I got, like
I watched 50 isekais and now I
Kill me.
regret everything. Yeah.
that would be a good video title. Like that would be very good.
I tried to isekai myself. Brackets, we almost died.
Isekai challenge, brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
But anime will it'll never. This could sound super cringe, but anime will never leave me, and it'll always be a big part.
Why do you think we're here?
I feel like no matter what profession I take, if something related to anime, for me, I love movies right now. I want to make my career a storyteller, more specifically with filmmaking. If someone hands me an anime project, and if it seems, I might not even think, and regrettably so. I feel like people are like, hey, don't just pick up anything and adapt it. But if someone slides me SAO or something that I love, I'm like, give me that. I'm gonna
give me
because I just love it.
If I ever draw a manga series, I will
ruin it with the live action adaptation.
Not the live action. I would want you to direct the animation.
Yeah. I would love. I would like to be a part of anything. I love it. I like storytelling in general.
Yeah.
If I had the opportunity to write a manga, I'll write it.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of that. Other than that, that's what I've been up to. What have you been up to?
I've just been reading One Punch Man. I'm at the part where Garo beats up the number 3 hero, I think.
Is he in the fight in the barn? What's going on there?
No. They're on the street.
Oh,
And,
the dog guy, right?
Yeah.
That's a funny fight.
That was a very good fight. But
it's Saitama. Did you not know that?
Yeah,
it's Saitama, but in a costume.
Yeah,
and he's
exactly.
just silent.
They were the thing that I just read was Gaara accidentally ran into Saitama in the convenience store. And
then he go,
and he's like, what do you want, pal? And Saitama's like, hey, don't be rude, and knocks him out. And
he just does this, and then he slams him to the ground, and he's like, whoa, what happened?
Garo's like, oh, I don't remember anything, So it's like, oh my god.
He doesn't realize he's encountering the strongest man on earth.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa, what happened? Anyway.
Yeah, it's great. I love Garo. He's becoming probably one of my favorite manga characters ever. He's really
great.
good. He's drawn maybe better than any manga character I've ever seen.
I wouldn't be surprised if Murata admits, yeah, he's my favorite.
Yeah,
but Fubuki is up there close. She's close up there.
Oh my gosh, dude. There was the one at the end of one chapter, and I sent it to Alec, and I was like, dude, what the heck?
It was these special pages, right?
Yeah, it's when she
just does an art.
When it's in front of the mirror and she's going put on her lipstick. I was like, why is this so crazy? It's so good. It's so well. And one of my favorite side chapters is when she wants to get the car.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's
I don't
really
think.
good.
Unfortunately,
really good.
Up to that point, I didn't read I only read the manga after season 2, so you're at season 2 right now. I only watched.
Oh, that's right. And they didn't adapt the side chapters.
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I think it was okay. People were really disappointed with season 2, but I've only read the manga after season 2.
One Piece has that issue too. One Piece anime has never adapted the front pictures.
Yeah.
So it's you and I have a unique experience that we know those stories.
You're like, dude, did you see this? I'm like, no.
Yeah. I tell Asal about it, but Asal only he did read the manga after I read it, and he was like, oh my god. These stories, I've missed it,
Yeah.
There's a whole
and Emeru's on the moon. What?
Yeah, exactly. Literally, man. Yeah, but I'm reading One Punch Man. I am close to finishing the Reigen Arataka one shot. That's very good. That's really. I want them to turn that into a movie or at least an OVA.
Is it worthy? Good. I mean, you like Mob Psycho, but is it worthy of a movie? Does it have a story in there other than just he goes shopping for groceries or something?
Yeah,
he just scams 5 people.
Basically, the villains of it are an anti Reigen and Mob.
Should we have
and it's the guy is Reigen, but he has dark hair and he wears a black suit all the time, and he's obviously a scam artist as well.
And we have
they're
another
battling. It's great.
Does he have an Esper for a sidekick or something like that? Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
But Reagan doesn't have Mob right now because Mob is is in high school and he's going to a different place.
Oh, that's
but
funny.
Reagan doesn't have Mob. All he has is the president.
guy.
No, but he does have him. But he also has the secondary main character is the president of the psychic club.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
The girl.
Oh, her.
Yeah, the president.
Oh, that's funny.
She's great. It's really funny. It's really. I want more Mob
Bones,
content.
pick
It's
that
so
up. What are you
good.
doing?
Yeah,
Come
come
on.
on, Bones. It's really good.
No,
And-
no, My Hero movie. Do Mob
yeah,
Psycho movie.
Mob Psycho now, please.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they're working on One Punch Man,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me. I'm watching a bunch of other stuff, but we are reaching our time limit where we kind of want to.
We have to keep things
where
short for
yeah.
you guys. No, we're trying to do a new format. We're trying to reshape some things.
Mhm.
Things will change. Name will change. Who knows what? But fact of the matter is, we want to make the best of the best for you guys.
Yeah.
And we thanks for those who've been sticking by. If for some reason you checked out on our shorts and you just clicked on a video real quick, stick around. Maybe you'll find something like we
Yeah.
have been getting a lot of subscribers due to the shorts, and we do appreciate that. But we like for those who watch the videos and subscribe. So click on the subscribe button, the like button. Check out our previous Manga Monday Show episodes if you haven't. There aren't that many of them. There's only barely over 50. That ain't a lot compared to a lot of other podcast episodes. So check those out. Check out our Shonen Junk episodes that are coming out. We should have 2 episodes every week, right?
Mhm.
Something like that.
One Piece reviews back this week.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to be editing. Reactions, there's not going to be any this week, but we're coming back next week with Kaiju number 8 trailer reaction. So check that out.
I haven't seen that. I haven't
Yeah,
heard of it.
I haven't either. I've saved it for us. So
Yeah, great.
we're going to check all that stuff out. Hit subscribe, please. We're close to 500, but by the end of the year, we want to have 1,000. So please help us with that.
Million subscribers, we'll isekai ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
We'll
Don't say
jump-
that.
We'll jump in front of a truck.
Don't say that. Okay, we're leaving. Bye.
Bye. I basically said, a million subscribers, we'll kill ourselves.